Did you start?
Yes.
You have to let me know. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah Kareem. Um, so let's do a recap. Okay. Eventually, guys, I will require that you guys do the recap, and I will punish Yousef if he continues doing that.
Yes.
So, after defeating Gadrian Lamb from the first session, in our second session, we opened up with you guys discovering Etu's brother Atsetso
What?
missing his tongue and bound
Abo.
with his name is Abu
Abo.
Abukson. Sorry,
Abo
Abuk.
Oxion.
I'm sorry, you just pick weird names.
These are Native American names.
Yeah, I know. They have weird names. I said it. Um, so you found Etu's brother missing his tongue and bound, and in the room of Gadrin Lamb. So in questioning him, you found out more than you wanted to. Um, eventually, realizing you're not going to get much out of him and trying to speak to him, Etu, enraged, beheaded him and left his body there. You guys found some keys on him as well as some other interesting things, and you found that maybe the person who led you here, Zalara, isn't who she claims to be, as you found a head of Zalara with the same bandana in a basket in Gadrian's room, along with a ledger that you guys were unable to decipher, and some other interesting tidbits, including his stash of drugs that he's been peddling. You guys made your way up into the warehouse. Well, and then during the night, you stumbled upon their dog Blue, which woke up the entire warehouse and began a series of fights with you and his henchmen. And you guys are barricading against a door, which you later found out was against a bunch of orphans. Uh, you then proceeded to scare away the orphans, couldn't escape, defeat the henchmen, with Running River dropping. And um, you saved. You then left the orphans in the care of Samu, who wanted to show them the head of Gadrin Lamb, and beautiful caretaker, by the way. He's amazing with kids. You should invite him to your parties. And he let them all go. So into which you later found out was a really bad idea, because when you guys made your way out, the city was in chaos. Fires were everywhere. There's people fighting in the streets. There's just all the sounds of chaos. And you find that the king has died. Even the Sable Company Marines are at works trying to bring peace to the city. You can assume the Grovosian Guard is out there. If the Hell Knights even care, who knows? But this is definitely chaos, and Hell Knights are against chaos. So that's pretty much where we left off at the scene of this chaos. And I hope you guys have been thinking about what you're going to do at this time rather than saying, I don't know. So we come back to the
Process.
players, and you hear minor explosions in the distance. The night is the night. It's still nighttime, but there's fires in the sky lighting up the city. Not in the sky, sorry. Fires in the distance lighting up the city. So what do
What
you guys do?
area?
Everywhere.
We're over
We
here,
have
right?
You see fires mostly around towards the castle area. With there seems to be less destruction and noise to like. You're not there per se. You're actually more like, oh my gosh. You know what? Forget it. That's deleted. You're more like you're actually right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you see towards the west, there's a lot of chaos and a lot more fires. Towards the north, you see some, but not much. And to the south, it seems mainly. I mean, you still hear noises and looting and stuff, but you don't see as many fires. It's
so
just chaos.
how's Running River in terms of health right now?
If we go back to your characters here and all the worlds. Nope, not there. I
You,
deleted that map. Let's bring back that map. Okay. So you guys were very low. Running River is at 2 HP. So let me collect you guys over. So
Is there
how
any
do you guys want to proceed?
Okay, I know where the hospital is on here, right?
Oh, by the
So
way, running Zolta, you're at 1 HP.
how are we gonna heal up, man?
We had 2 healing potions last time, remember?
Are we out of potions?
No, we had 2 more.
You found 3. Running River drank
Oh, where's the
the
Google
first one.
Doc?
You still have 2 more.
Okay, so what's mine in Running River so I'm at 1. What's Running River at? 3?
He's at 2, and you're at 1.
Okay, I'd say me and Running River should
Do
go
you guys
to.
mention anything about the city being in chaos?
Obviously, we see it. I'm saying I don't think we
No,
could
no,
do anything.
I want you guys to talk in character now.
Okay.
Why are you, for those are you kind of cutting out like every few seconds? To
I
me,
want you
both
guys
of you are. My internet's being poo-poo.
I think your
Oh,
internet's
that's you.
being poo poo.
I need you guys to talk in character. There's no
I
out of character talk. If you're talking to another player, you talk in character.
Those are, where's the Shawanti area?
South of the castle.
How's the East
Where
Shore,
the,
brothers? Sir?
Hmm?
How's the East Shore?
East Shore seems largely untouched. Like nothing's going on there, seemingly.
I know. Um. Oh, we saw the king or something, right?
what?
I'm not talking anymore. You guys are talking.
Mm,
Is Running River conscious?
yes.
He has 2 HP.
Where is
Wait,
this?
oh my god. I believe we should go. Oh wait, hold on. So laggy. Running River. I believe we should go back to the Shawanti home. It might be safe there. Now, how do I
During
get
the
a
looting,
response?
I think the Shoente will be the first ones attacked.
I say we should go to the East
Then even
Shore
better.
and go to a hospital there to heal up.
Where's the East Shore? Oh, there it is. I'm blind.
Give me a knowledge local, Zolta.
So to know.
I feel like Syed got the hospital location wrong.
There should be an hospital in each part of the city, right? No, I don't have knowledge locals, so I just put D20
Give me intelligence check then.
on D20 plus 0.
But those I have knowledge local.
No. Oh, okay. So both of you. At 2, you know that's not the direction of the hospital.
Where is it?
Right there. In Masjid Nur.
That's the only
Zoltan.
hospital in the city.
Pretty
Zolti.
much.
Mm,
Everywhere else is just
Ah,
like herbal people selling herbs. Some people claiming that whatever they're selling is gonna heal you. Like there's so many peddlers in the town.
so Zoltan's just saying like East Shore, then he starts walking off the road there. Hello?
I said I
Sure.
think we should. I never said I'm gonna do it.
Zolta. That's not the way to the hospital. He's
Mm,
not responding, brothers.
I'm thinking how we
Don't
can
think,
do
just
this.
speak. You're there. You're standing in front of him right now.
Um, I would think that there would be another hospital at each part of the city, but I guess
The
there's only one.
hospital is in the Midland.
How can we see it from here?
Can we see?
See what the temple?
The much the temple.
Yeah, it's too much buildings in the way, right? But it would be right there. That little circle thing you see.
To get to the hospital, we have to go through all of these buildings. We might
And
encounter trouble on the way.
I think maybe the hospital may be on fire too.
Does Shawanti have hospitals, brothers? Or
How?
their own medication?
Pretty much just a shaman, but it's not like real surgeries or medicine. It's just like
The
herbal stuff.
Shawanti are over here, and the fires are focused over here, right?
Fires are everywhere around the castle.
So if I were,
I'll
if I were, if
draw
I, oh.
huge fires.
And
The,
so the Shawanti are in the fire.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Running River, do you want to go help the Shawanti or go to the hospital? Yeah, wait, is it a hospital? It's a temple, right, brothers? Or not a
It's
hospital?
a masjid and a hospital.
I think that
Okay, question. But will they accept Shawanti
They
to the
accept
party?
everyone.
Okay.
that's my line.
So you guys are
I
heading to the
I
temple.
I believe we should head to the temple and then make haste. Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Hmm?
And then make haste towards the Shawanti lands. I don't know, but that's what are the Shawanti lands called?
Are you guys gonna use your potions?
Yes, that's what I said like an hour ago.
Wait,
Uh,
that's our health.
what's up? What's up? Do I roll?
Wait, am I still sick?
D8 plus one.
Brothers, I'm still sick.
Yes, you are.
How do I cure myself?
Oh my. That's for running river.
No, that was for you.
That's what you're saying.
Okay, I already did it to you, Syed. Who wants to roll running rivers?
On there. Yes.
Not Syed. Not Syed. Who wants to roll the running rivers? Yousef?
I'll do it.
Why
Oh
would it be
my
the same
god.
thing? Oh wow, mashallah.
Oh
See,
god.
the
So you see
magic,
Running River
the
take
magic
it, and
finger.
like his wounds start closing up and healing, and he gets feels much stronger, and he's like, "Oh!" And Zolta takes a sip, and you see like one cut on his cheek closes up.
I just look at his glass. I grab it, then I try to get the last strip.
Nothing happens.
By the way, I'm the only one who apparently claimed some of the loot.
Yeah, no. So that means the rest of it is gonna be just melted
No,
down.
no, no, no. Hey, 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 hey,
No, I'm serious. If you guys don't claim it, it's melted by the
what
next
about the gold?
session.
I'll try to. I'll look at it.
It's
Brothers,
gone.
I want that ring.
The one that says Emma light of my thing. That
Yes,
one.
I'm going to continue, my brothers. I'm going to continue the search with this
Okay,
character.
good. So you guys are heading down towards Masjid An-Nur with the rest of your party in tow. Samu's looking around,
Um,
incredulously at all the events are happening. You guys see like gangs running through the streets. Um, you see many. Yes, your brother's with you. So he's clinging on tight to your shirt as you run or go through, and you guys see many people, like there's people looting, people breaking into homes. Like if you were to try to honestly mess with like with one of these groups, you'd have to mess with hundreds. Like it is chaos, absolute chaos. People are taking to the streets. I'm assuming like in the main street, as you get closer to the temple, you see in the main street there's actually people assembling and trying and starting heading towards the castle with like pitchforks and torches and stuff. It's just hectic and chaos. I wish my jukebox doesn't work that well, and I wish it did because I would love to. Like they changed something in the jukebox for here, roll 20. When before, like I could just put any ambiance I wanted to. Now I can't even find any ambiance. It's
brothers, I'm
really
There's
trying
a
to,
mob heading to the castle.
I'm trying to
seems
avoid,
like
any unnecessary attention with my brother. So here's my stealth.
mashallah, mashallah.
This is the session.
Okay. I wish I could have the right sounds, but it's not even letting me search for sounds anymore. I hate this so much.
And by being sneaky, I'm like moving, softer steps in the shadows more in the darker areas.
Search drop down above to sort by genre. Just click the add button. Okay, so this is so stupid. Um, do modern. Is this working?
Oh
Man.
my god, I'm retarded.
Okay.
You
Oh,
guys
okay.
are.
Okay. I got it. I got it.
Is it
Okay. Okay.
okay
Okay.
if I restart the recording from here? Cause I just remembered I had my what's it called? My character sheet open the whole time on the screen.
Ah, trying to hide.
Nope. Too late.
Ha, ha.
You guys hear it?
What is that?
Yusuf,
Kind of
is this really
very.
how you wanna win?
Is that a helicopter, brothers?
No, it's hippogriff in the air.
Okay.
This isn't what I thought it was, but it's gonna stick. Okay.
I don't hear it.
As if your vehicles and helicopters.
You just like you just see like guards with like horses, and they just like have like dancing lights above them, and one of them is in the back with like a horn. Wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
Are you trying to play something in the jukebox?
Yeah, you don't hear
yeah.
it say it or
No, it
you.
says nothing currently.
Oh my god. Click on the cogwheel. What is the master music level?
Oh, I turned it all the way down.
MashaAllah.
Okay, so um,
It's still. Here we go. Oh, right here. Dude, I swear those seagulls were getting annoying. That's why I muted it.
Did you hear that?
okay, you hear me now?
I can hear it loud and clear. What is that weird noise?
Cities in chaos, man.
Ooh,
Uh, okay,
So,
so
um,
am I the only one being stealthy?
yeah, it looks like. So you start stealthing ahead in front of everyone, and then behind you comes everyone else just clomping and clashing and things like this. Alright, so you guys come under, and you're heading to the temple. Eventually, when as you get closer and closer, you don't nothing really like hinders you on the way, and there you see the beautiful Masjid Nur with its gold like white marble walls and golden domes and
is it on the fire?
huge. Hmm?
It's not on fire?
Why did you interrupt me?
Sorry.
I'll say it.
So, as you reach it, and yes, it's pristine, but it's surrounded with a halo of like the glowing of fires. It's all around it. There's some buildings on fire. You see people running around it, but in front of it, you see a contingent of like a few like golden armored paladins standing at the gates, and no one is coming near these guys. Like everyone is just intimidated by them. They're just going around outside, and you do see some like priests and clerics outside trying to calm the people, telling them, this is reminding them that this is just a sign. This is just one, signs. You have to remember Allah. Don't just trying to bring them back, trying to calm them down and everything. There's some clerics with a contingent of golden armored paladins in front and the gates, but you don't really see anyone really trying to enter into the masjid, but it seems it's just like an image of serenity surrounded by chaos.
We're we're approaching them, obviously.
Yeah, so you start approaching, and they look at you down. One of them steps up, hand on his hilt. Are you guys have your weapons out or something?
No, I have them see, see sheath.
I have mine out.
Because I mean,
It's illegal to have your weapons out in Karosa.
You know it's on fire.
Your weapon is on fire?
But that's it. Everything is on fire. You never know what you might need the weapon for.
Okay. So he comes up with his hand on his the hilt of his sheathed sword, and there's a huge golden shield on his back, and he approaches you guys. He's like, "What is your business here? Drop your weapons." And then he looks towards you, Zolta, and he says, "Zolta, what are you doing?"
You came here to get
you know who
healed.
that is. For those, you gotta describe who he's talking to.
Both of them are the same looking guys, right?
They all you can't really look at their faces, just covered in helmet. Like that, even the helmets are covering. The only thing you can see is their eyes.
I've been badly
But the
injured.
voice does seem familiar. Right. The voice does seem familiar.
Mm.
You recognize the name.
What?
5, 4. I'm trying to hold on. You recognize the name as Torin.
How do you spell that?
Torin. And he says, "Zolta, what are you doing here? Quickly, get. Are these men with you?
Yes, they're with me.
Quickly, get inside. It's chaos out there."
I enter.
So you, Zolta, you lead the way, and you come inside, with I guess the rest of your party in tow, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you guys, I grabbed the wrong folder. You guys start heading in, and immediately, like once he opens up they open up the gates for you, and once you enter inside and the gates shut, it just becomes like peacefully quiet. And You can see inside the beauty of the masjid. Has anyone ever looked inside or seen images of the inside of Masjid Nabawi? So,
I don't
like
remember.
with the pillars and the chandeliers and anything like that. It's very similar. Like there's chandeliers on the roof. There's white marble pillars all
Oh,
around, and like just
inside Masjid
beautiful
Nabawi.
carpet. Oh wait, yeah, the noises subside. So the noises subside, and you're just met with serenity and peace. And you see some people are praying, some people are making dua. There's people in the corner making dhikr. Like it seems like all these people are distressed, and they're just trying to make this all stop, and begging for the mercy of Allah as this is happening. And as Zolta, I guess you're leading them to the hospital area.
Yes.
So you start heading down towards the back. It's kind of like if you guys enter from the back, and the mimbar is on the very end of that long hallway in the room, towards like the back of the back wall where the mimbar is, on the right side, there's the entrance to the hospital. Actually, even on the left side too, there's two different wings of the hospital. So you go more to the ER section, which is on the right side. You start walking through, and as by the way, you're wearing your shoes.
Of course. Why am I gonna go through like a burning city without shoes?
Um, any families?
He was like show auntie
No, no,
families.
any Shawanti.
You do not see any Shawanti. But you just
Oh, I
see
would.
regular Chilaxian and Verizians in typical. You see a half orc in a corner, and he has like a scar on his face, and he's kind of like holding it, rubbing it, but it's not. It's like an old scar, kind of. It's not like recent, right? It's just kind of like it's
Oh,
acting up. But there is a walkway around the edge of the masjid where you can use your shoes. The actual inside is the carpet, so you guys walk around with your shoes and you scuffle around. Um, with Zolta bleeding a little bit, dripping here and there. You start leading way into the ER, and as soon as you open that up, it becomes like chaos all over again. And you see clerics running to and fro rooms and patients. You see patients going back and forth. You hear people moaning. You see one person in the stretcher being pulled away, and he's like his head is bandaged up, and there's blood soaking the bandages, and it's just like complete chaos.
Can I self heal? Because there's like materials there, but and I know how to use them.
shit, have you been at a hospital before?
Um, okay, so you can try to, but you're not as trained with them. Um, so yeah, you can go to one of the doctors. So you go. I mean, like you start heading closer to them, and you see one of the doctors recognizes you, and this doctor's name is um, Brother Najib,
Hmm.
and
Uh,
he looks at you, Zolta, and he's like, Zolta, you're injured.
yes, I was in a predicament.
Are any of your friends hurt?
One
You
of
look
them
hurt.
was hurt, but I think he's okay now. He has so,
Ah,
he's still a
He
little
looks at you
injured.
quizzically. It's like, okay. We don't have time for this. You know what? And he's like, come with me, come with me, come with me. And he goes into one of the room.
he just takes Zolta. What about us?
You guys
Take,
are
I mean,
you guys can
he
just
he's
get
he
past
doesn't
it
really
alone.
think about it. He's just assuming you're all gonna come. So he takes you to like one of the rooms that is currently no longer in use. But as you go into the room, you can see the bed itself is stained with recent blood. So maybe they just moved the patient out. And he just like looks at you, Zolta, and he's like, lay down. Let me see where your wound is.
I laid down
Little on the puts. Okay,
on the what?
nothing.
Okay. So he looks at your wounds, he looks over it, and you guys are watching, and he heals you for this much.
Yes,
To your
Alhamdulillah.
maximum, of course.
I want a bit more
By the
than
way, you have
maximum.
a new maximum, right? So you're at 14 hit points
Yeah.
out of your maximum. So we're going to use the bottom one for that. Running River is at 11 out of his maximum. So he's actually going to look at
Okay.
Running River as well, because Running River is still injured. Etsu, did you ever take any damage?
Yeah, I'm missing three three health.
Then take away 3 health from this.
So
Yeah.
out of 20.
Yeah. So -3 from yourself in the bottom. And Samu, I don't. Samu's at. He did get hurt. I guess so. So he's
He's
just
missing
missing two.
2 health.
Okay, I'll take it from him. Okay, so now I can delete these guys. Delete. But there's something I do have to add to Etu. Okay. So
What'd you do?
he then passes. He looks at Running River. He's like, "May I look at your wounds?"
Running
Goes
river.
Running
No. How
River.
does Running River? How do you think Running River would react?
Oh
Why?
my.
Of course.
Etu, I think you're gonna have to probably take over Running River.
Those are. He gave you a more better description of this character than he gave me.
I know, but you can still do it,
I
and it'll
don't.
become canon.
No, I don't want to make someone's character canon when I don't know it.
Do it. What does he do?
He's like he's reluctant to being healed,
Hmm.
but he accepts it.
And so he says, "Would you lay down here?" After Zolta gets up.
Is it still bloodstain?
Yep. And now there's more blood from Zolta.
He asks him to clear the blood.
It's okay, forget it. Just stand where you are. Let me look at your wounds. So as he's guys going over Running River's, huge pecs and other muscles, he finds one of the major wounds and he puts his hands on it and the glow starts erupting from it and he starts whispering some dua, which Zolta, is just duas of healing. It could be Suratul Fatiha, whatever it was at that time period, right?
Hmm.
And he heals Running River for 17. So Running River is
Wow.
at full.
So Fatih, dude. I need to do that next time.
So he's like, okay, I'm pretty much out for the day. But if you guys need to, you can maybe stay here for the night until maybe, hopefully, inshallah, this all subsides in the morning.
I
All we
need
can do is
to.
just hope and pray.
Um, I'll be going out and trying to rescue people and bring them back to the masjid.
So you want to
On
go out
your
in the
own?
chaos?
It's basically.
Okay.
It,
So do you tell the dog like, okay, so this is like, it's kind of like what you're doing when you kind of like jump huge steps in the map, and it really bothers me as a GM because there's things that can happen in between. I like you take step by step by step. Don't He hasn't left yet. He's still there. So you would tell him you want to go out, like.
Yes. I'll propose the idea. Does he think it's okay if I should?
So Brother Najib, he looks at you, is like, listen, Zolta, I know you want to help people, and we have very powerful clerics and paladins out there. I'm sorry, but I think you staying here is much safer at the moment, and I don't think you're at that level. Metagaming wise, he's saying you're not high enough level.
Still a bit fire. And does he look really busy? Like
Yeah, he
he's
looks really busy, like he's about to get head out. I was like, if you have nothing else, I have to go. I have to help the others.
I just let him go.
Okay, so he goes, and you guys are in this room with a single cot, by the way.
a
But you do
single
have
what?
your cot,
A single what,
basically
brother?
that bed with like a cot, COT.
What is
But
Like
brother,
the beds where people lay on in
that?
the
Oh
hospital.
yeah.
So
do,
that
do I
single
see anyone
cot.
else lingering around who might know what's going on?
If you look out the door, you do see people going side by like across the hallway, back and forth. Some of
Wait.
the clerics, sometimes patients,
Oh
right?
wait.
I want to ask
Before
someone
that,
what's going on without if they're not busy.
brother, did the doctor leave yet?
Yeah, the doctor left.
Oh my god.
He asked you, "Does anyone else need help?" No, and then he left.
I should have kept. I shouldn't have
You
allowed Syed keep
you can
talking.
catch him, Yousef. You can still catch him
So
around.
you're looking for someone who doesn't look busy?
Yeah.
As you poke your head out of the hallway, and it's just like a normal hospital scene, but with like in the ER section, you do see like some young, seeming like interns or apprentices. They're just like with their doctors taking notes, or one of them is actually at the front desk, trying to like tell patients where to go. It's kind of like customer service.
Okay. Outside of the hospital area, is there anyone else who looks like they know what's going on?
Do you want to leave the hospital?
I don't want to leave the temple. I just want to like leave the hospital area because you said as soon as we entered the
So
hospital area, it was chaos, right?
yeah, so there's two wings. To go to the other wing, you have to go back into the masjid.
You can go back
And
in
other
there.
than that, there's just like the entrance on the other side where like That's like for major ERs sections where people can actually come in through that entrance as well.
I'm looking
Um,
for someone to ask what's going on, man.
okay, so
But
eventually you find a scribe, right? You just find a scribe there writing his notes, and he's just writing things that are what's going on. And if you try to like look at the paper, it's like that really scribble scrabble that only he understands because he's writing so fast. But
mm,
he doesn't seem like he's really busy with anything else.
I walk up to him. I say, "Excuse me."
So as soon as he excuse me, he just like jumps and he looks up at you. He's like, yes, yes, brother.
Okay, okay, he's must walk up. Brother, do you know what's going on right now outside?
The king has died. The entire city is in riot. It seems there's people who want to just take advantage of the situation. Some people don't want the queen to take over, and I guess they're fighting against those who are okay with the queen. It's just complete chaos. But if anything, inshallah, this will subside.
Hello.
Oh yeah, I forgot about your brother.
That's why I was like, he was a doctor still.
So the doctor, I mean, he was kind of hiding behind you,
Okay.
and if you looked at him, it was just bruises on his, on his cheeks. It didn't really look like anything. Like you,
What
okay,
is?
just to give you an example, Zolta and Running River came with cuts all over their body. You and him, Samu, just had a few bruises, and really,
Yes.
Abuk didn't really have any wounds per se. He just had bruises. So bruises are not something he's gonna try to heal up. He's
He
going
had
for more
mental wounds.
serious things. You know what I mean? Like as a doctor, you want to go for the patients with a more serious condition.
Yeah, the mental trauma, dude.
But Yusuf, there's other people burning. Okay, that burn marks and everything. Okay, they're coming
The,
in.
what are those? Is he still wearing those old clothes?
Abuk, yeah.
Is there any better clothes in here? You know, any?
You
I
look through the cabinets and you see like some patient gowns.
Okay, is it those cancer ones where there's nothing in the nothing hiding from the back?
Yeah,
no.
pretty much.
Oh my god.
You
No,
can
no. This is a Muslim hospital. It's more modest. They have it covers the back.
give him Gator's arm.
Stop.
You guys see like you see sheets as well that maybe they similar to like ihram. Like, there's basically just extended towels that you can wrap around. So I guess Running River's there, and you see Samu is he's sitting in the corner. He starts like whistling a tune, just constantly over and over again, and he's just like swinging his flag side back and forth as he's
Okay,
sitting there.
I go
But those
back
are,
to the
is
guy
there
writing and I
nothing
ask him, does
tucked
he
in
know
there?
where the king might be right, the queen might be right now?
Okay, so if we're done with you side, we're gonna go back to Etu. So does he know where the queen might be?
Yeah.
I would assume she's holed up in the castle. That's probably the safest place at this moment. With all
Uh,
the guards that they have around, there's you
at
need
two,
an army to get in there.
at two separate from me, right?
And
At two right now,
okay.
I assume you left and went into the hallway while Etu's still in the patient room.
Yeah. Okay, so I walk back in and I see at two and I say,
Okay,
so
so
what's
you walk back in as you start heading back in. Etu, what were you doing?
I honestly forgot. Wait.
That's you should write
Oh
it
yeah,
down.
I was looking for. I wanted to see if there was any medicine like drink to get rid of this disease that's gonna set in a day.
You open up a cabinet and you see many liquids with names in scientific ways you don't even understand. So if you want, you can grab them at random and start chugging them.
Oh no 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 no.
Okay.
Uh,
Uh,
let's go back to Zolta.
so Zolta, you then, as you're looking and you realize this is not a good idea, Zolta, you come in and you start looking at it. Give me a heal check, Zolta.
do 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 do.
Actually, you can give me a heal check as well, Etu.
Where
Whatever.
did I put my thing?
That's my heal
Oh,
check.
here it is.
Hmm.
Bismillah.
Okay. So
Alhamdulillah.
Etu, you're Zolta, you're looking at this stuff, and this was like things that the clerics touched. Not really your job. Your job was more like protection and just overseeing things. But Etu, as you continue searching, you do see one of them that is just this isn't. It's not really It's an anti-inflammatory, pretty much. So it's potentially could help you.
Mm, the- does it have like a prescription in the back? How many doses I should you should take? You know.
Yeah, yeah, it has all that. I don't have to go into details,
Okay, I'm
but
taking.
sure.
I
You,
take the
you
amount prescribed. I don't chug it down. I'm not a monkey.
so you take the prescription, right? Um, Go ahead and give me a fortitude save with a +2 bonus.
But I did it twice for some reason. Take the second one, you know.
Okay, so it. So you don't know what's like you took it. You're just hoping for the best right now. And Zolta, you saw him take hospital property without paying.
Shh.
How did you ask?
Shh. Hey, you're gonna do the same thing.
Do you remember what you got this disease from? Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, from the sewage.
Mm-hmm.
Then I just patted him on the back. I said, I'm just kidding. I know they're busy right now, so they
You'll
can't
pay
do
them
anything.
back.
How tall is Zolta?
How tall are you, Zolta?
How tall am I, Zoltan? I'm normal. I'm 5'11".
What is normal saying?
I
Five
Okay, well, how
eleven.
am.
tall are you, Etu?
I'm 6'1" or something like that. Let me
So
see.
you're only 2 inches taller. I mean, you're pretty much still eye level.
Yeah, 6'2".
Yeah, Shawanti are pretty tall.
Yeah.
But he's also Shawanti.
Wait, what? I didn't know this, but those are nice
So
spoiler.
no, but you can tell by looking at Shawanti. But again, remember, you don't see the tattoo designating a clan on him.
I won't
So you
question him
guys are
about that.
probably, unless you say otherwise, you probably guys are gonna rest here for the night.
Running River. Do you think we should go back to the Shawanti homeland? Because what is it called? I don't want to call it homeland. It sounds weird.
Midtown.
Midtown?
Yeah, pretty much. It's not Shawanti Land. You guys are just in the Midtown area.
I whisper to Running River. God, why I hate that name so much. Ugh. I, I, I ask him, Running River, should we go back to the Midtown?
I don't know what we can do right now. And honestly, if we're gonna have to go either around Castle Corvosa, going through most of the town, go through the castle, which is almost an impossible task at this moment, I don't know. We can just. I think we should. Running River would even say this. I was gonna say, we should just pray for the best, but I don't know what Running River was saying that matter. So,
Alright, then. So how big is the room we're in?
it's big enough that you
There's,
guys can lay down on the floor without like being too crowded. Maybe one person on the cot. Which, by the way, when you guys are trying to figure it out, you already hear snoring, and Samu is laying on the blood-soaked cot.
that's disgusting. Does he still have the head? I check his bag.
Samu's bag.
Mm-hmm.
You open it up.
Hold on a second.
Okay. Um, you open it up and you see like it's just filthy. Like there's a bunch of like junk and half-eaten pieces of food. Like there's crumbs everywhere.
I clean
You
it up.
s-
I like put on one of those masks, start cleaning it up.
how do you clean up a bag full of crumbs?
What kind of bag is it? Can't you just like wash
It's like
it
a
out,
back. It's a backpack, man.
Can't you just like empty out the contents, wash the bag
Okay.
itself, and then
Yeah.
is the head in there? If the
So
head is
you
in
empty up, you empty up all the contents, and whatever loot that he's claimed falls out, as well as just like some.
I don't throw it out. I put it neatly aside.
Okay. So
How
all
long
that
does
stuff
it
comes
take?
out. The coins come out. You guys see pieces of food. You see the bread from a piece of bread from Zalara's place there. You see a
Wait,
casket full of apple cider. Not casket, like a
before I do
flask
this,
of
I
apple
put on some gloves, by the way, on my hands.
cider. You look around
I
for
like
some
put
gloves. You find them. It smells like mildew.
I
But
put
does
on the
but
mask,
does it
the mask around my face,
It still
around
smells
my
like
mouth.
mildew. Yeah. The room just has this pungent odor now. You find a bunch of like random gear and tools. You find like a toothbrush come out that's like all nasty and disgusting. You basically find like all his personal effects. Like, what are you looking for in it?
I'm not looking for anything. Trying to clean it up because disgusting.
but does it at this point I went to go pray already.
So you went to the masjid
Yes.
and you prayed there with the jamaat. There's many groups. Like it's not. It's no real like at this point like there was no really imam. It was just like groups of people praying at times together. It's like no real jamaat. You know what I mean? It was just like
Yeah.
small groups here, small groups there.
Mhm.
So Reloza, how long does cleaning it up take? And is the head in there? If the head is in there,
Oh yeah,
I
the head
toss it in
rolls
the
out too. The head rolls out too.
I toss it in Is there
Just
like a way to
biohazard.
toss it out?
There's
Yeah,
a biohazard bin
yeah,
too.
biohazard.
But it's a small opening, so you kind of have to like stuff it in there.
I make sure my younger brother doesn't see the head. By the way.
Okay. You tell him to rest on the other side of the room and just go to sleep.
Yeah, and I leave the door slightly open so that the stench doesn't suffocate us.
Okay, so you do all this, and it takes you a good 2 hours because you keep finding more and more stuff. Like there's stains in there. Eventually, I mean, what kind of check can we give this? Guess a wisdom check, like profession cleaner. Yeah,
City's
just
on
give me a wisdom
fire.
check.
It's cleaning.
I clean and make it spotless like brand new.
I need you to give me a wisdom check.
Wisdom for
Yeah,
cleaning?
because this is how all professions are based off its wisdom.
Oh,
So
+1.
it's not sparkling, but this thing is clean, almost
But
like it's
after 2 hours, I start getting tired, and I just look at it and like good enough. I put
okay.
the contents back in after. I clean the contents, by the way, just make sure it
Yeah, yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
dirty up the bag again.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. So you go to rest. This entire time, Samuel's snoring, and Running River is just sitting there, uh, I guess watching you or talking to Abuk. Just like he was just sitting in the corner talking to Abuk. Obviously, Abuk
Talking.
is not talking back.
No,
Um,
he's kind to his clan members, okay, more than
exactly.
others.
So he's talking to him, but like it's just like it's soft words being spoken. Like you're not really paying attention, but every once in a while, you hear Running River just like calming him down or talking about talking about like stories of your people in the past and the great hunters and this person and that person. And he's saying like at least he didn't take away, you know, that which allows you to be a man, and by
Mhm.
that he means like his honor. Oh, no, he did take away his honor. He's I mean he's his like his ability to hunt, his ability to help his clan, like that's still intact, right? So he's just talking to him on and on, and eventually Zolta, after praying, you come back, and Running River, he's after finished with Abuk, and Abuk lays down to sleep. He goes to Zolta and he says, "What are you?"
What am I? As in what am I? I'm
So
human.
then he points to like the skull paint on his face, and then he goes he motions to Etu. He's like, Atu, show your hands.
Mhm. I, d- I show up my palm.
No, the other side
Ooh.
where your
I haven't.
marking is.
Yeah, I take it out.
So he show you in the marking. You see they both have like a skull marking. So he turns to you, Zolta, and is like, what are you?
I think it's pretty apparent that I'm Muslim.
He like snorts. He's like, no, I meant what clan? You are
Shoanti.
not Squan. You're not Squan. What's your name in clan? Squan Claw.
Squaw Qua clan.
Squaw Qua. You're not Squaw Squaw.
Squan Qua clan.
Are you Scholar Qua? What
Oh
are
my
you?
god.
I'm Shoanti? I don't know these clans. I only know Shoanti.
What? And like at that motion, he's just like, where his bag is like, what do you mean you don't know these clans? This is the basis of our people.
I'm not very, not very cultural. I don't. But that's right. Do I actually know these? Or
No, you don't. That's the thing. That's the point. You
okay,
don't know these.
okay.
Yeah, but listen,
I'm
but no.
thinking I forgot, and my character's gonna look stupid because of me.
No, but that's the point. Like your character is supposed to look innocent at this point. That you really have no idea what's going on and why he's acting like this.
I'm sorry, but I really have no idea what you're talking about.
So then Running River kind of shoots a glare at you, like Etu, like what's going on? And then he's just like slinks back and shakes his head and is like, it's been a long day. I need to lay down.
Mm.
So he goes to his corner where he pulls out his mat of animal furs.
I look
What is
at.
Can't
Abuk sleeping on? Did you give Abuk Samu's sleeping bag after
oh no.
cleaning it?
Can't he just sleep on my lap as I sleep, sitting down kind of?
Okay. All right. You
Did,
do that.
I
didn't I
make
give
sure
him
I have my
PTSD?
stop.
What did you say, Zolta?
I said, doesn't that give him PTSD?
Hmm?
He said
PTSD.
PTSD, even though I don't think Adrian Lamb did that type of stuff,
No.
having to sleep on the lap.
No. He Abuk holds on to you as he falls asleep, like a child. That's still what he is, regardless of anything that's happened. He's still a child, and he holds on to you for comfort as he falls asleep. Probably the best sleep he's had in the longest of times, and he's out cold. This is the most comfortable place he slept in. And you eventually nod off to sleep, rubbing your brother's hair through your fingers, and just nod off. And Zolta, what about you?
I see them, and then I decide to pray a little bit more before I go to sleep.
Okay. You maybe Salatu Shukra, Salatu Toba, something. Salatu Hijjah for what is about to come. Uh, and you sleep on your mat, your own bedding.
Do I have my own bedding?
Everyone should.
Okay, yeah, then I
I
sleep
doubt
there.
it's weird that you brought it. If and anyways, like even if you didn't bring it, Running River brought his. He's used to being out in the wild. But the other of you could have taken like the towels and cloths and just made a makeshift bed on it and just laid down.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So you go to sleep. Uh, Zoetu.
Yes.
So you open your eyes and you're surrounded by a city of fire. And in front of you, you see your house. It's on fire.
Are you still describing Barbosa?
I mean, you can interact anytime you want, unless you want me to continue.
Isn't it a dream?
If it whether you continue to dream.
Okay. So you open up the house and it's just flames licking the couch the home that you knew, the kitchen and their oaken chairs and table. This is on fire, and though everything's seems to be on fire, nothing seems to be really destroyed. And then you hear a cry coming out from your parents' bedroom with smoke billowing from underneath the doorway. And you hear banging on the door and you hear crying. And it seems to be your mom's voice. So you rush to the door trying to open it, but it's stuck and the handle burns your hand. And you hear your mom saying, "Why, Etu? Why?" And you wake up.
When I woke up,
And I assume you're one of the first people to wake up. You can see the morning light streaming down from one of the I mean, like the thing about the hospital that it's always pretty much daytime, right? And maybe this wing had a small window, and you can see the morning light coming out. And like it's not coming out; it's not actually that time. As you look around, Zolta's not in his bedding, and Samu's still snoring up a storm. Abuk is still in your lap, and Running River is just like a corpse. Not saying he's dead. I mean, like he sleeps like a corpse.
I just I get up, like get myself ready before everyone else
Mhm.
to try and head out as soon as possible.
So you do Zolta. The noise of the hospital has lowered. Zolta eventually comes back after praying Fajr, right?
Yes.
And you see Etu is up, uh, packing up.
I say, where are you going?
Preparing to head off back to the midtown.
It's still not safe. But still not safe, right?
You have you been outside? I mean, did you look outside?
Yeah, I look outside. I mean,
It seemed that the town has calmed down a bit, but it's still like not safe in the night. But it's morning time now. You can assume most people like it's calmer, but you still hear noises here and there of like breaking glass and shouts.
is are you going with your um, are you going with Running River?
Of course. Why wouldn't I?
I think you should still stay. Listen, I'm
First
sorry.
don't die.
I'm so sorry.
You guys see the name on the bottom?
Yeah,
No.
Khalid.
he's coming.
He's coming.
Rushing this guy because I don't want to keep having to try and
Okay.
make up his character.
Should I wait
Okay.
for him?
No, no,
No,
no.
you don't have
Continue.
to wait.
So you saying you're going with Running River to Midtown?
I say you should. I think you should hold off on that because I'm. How far is Midtown?
From where you are, you would either your guys are right here, right? So you would either have to how can I draw? You'd either have to go kind of through the main passageway like that, or you'd have to go completely around, take a
How
longer
much?
route
How much would
throughout the alleyways.
how much would both take?
The main passageway, assuming like there's no traffic, but there's always traffic near Castle Corvosa. I mean, it could probably take around the same amount of time, honestly, because of the amount of crowds that go around Castle Corvosa. Um, but through the alleyways can also take time as well as you're not going a straight path. So we can assume maybe both ways will be about half an hour under normal circumstances.
Um, I say how long are you planning to be there?
Until I make sure that everyone is safe.
At this point, you hear the and you hear the yawning. Samu kind of like gets up and he looks around. And by the way, Etu, when you were cleaning out his stuff, the brooch did fall out of
Hmm?
the dragon and the imp.
We left it with
He's
him?
no way I'm leaving that with Sama.
Wh- Would we have left that
No
with?
one, no one claimed it.
But let's go look at the
Okay, I
loot list.
claim it. I
I put
claim it.
party as claimed into, right? So anyone in the party
Okay.
might have it.
Yeah, so
Except for
he's
me.
in the
No,
party.
no one likes putting their claim. No one likes claiming things except me.
Yeah, Samu claimed it. So,
No,
did you leave it in his bag or you kept it with you?
if it fell, if it fell out, I don't steal. I just left it there.
Okay.
Okay, I claim the
It's
brooch, by the
Left it on
way.
the floor in his bag.
I usually looked at it looked a bit important. I put it somewhere. Yeah, I just left it in his bag. Never mind.
Okay. So he gets up and he's like, "Oh, so what's the plan, my mans?"
My man's.
Where's the brooch?
The brooch? Oh, it's in my bag. So he hops off the bed and he goes into his bag and his eyes get wide. Ah! What has happened to my bag? What happened? What happened? He like
No need
throws
to
everything
thank
on the
me.
floor. He's like,
Put,
"What is this?
I put my
Who?
hand out. I'm like,
Who?
no need to thank me.
Who? You?" He looks at you with such like anger in his face. What have you done? He starts
It was
crying.
filth.
It was beautiful. I had an perfect word. I knew everything wasn't. You ruined it. You ruined everything.
I made it better. Okay.
He starts going in the corner, fetal position, rocking back and forth. You ruined it. You ruined it. You ruined it.
Is he a gnome or a
Oh.
dwarf?
I look at it too. I asked him, "Were you touching
Do you ask
Susan
him?
without permission?"
Do
No,
you ask
wait,
him?
is he? That's right. You
Yeah.
told us this. I'm just trying to remember as a player.
No, did you ask him? Are you a gnome or a dwarf?
No, I'm
Yeah,
asking you.
he's a dwarf, but do you ask him?
No, I don't.
Okay. Yeah, he's a dwarf with a beard and everything, but he's
I,
acting strangely for a
I,
dwarf.
I just mutter under my breath. Are all dwarfs dirty?
Loud enough that he can hear?
Uh, maybe enough that he can hear. Depends. Maybe he does a perception if he wants to.
Okay, he does a perception.
Konnichiwa.
Oh,
Assalamu alaikum,
Khaled's here.
Khalid.
Muslim bin Khalid.
Oh, nice, nice profile picture.
All
God,
right.
I don't know
He
what.
says,
Khaled is here, bro. That's right.
Wait, my phones aren't working.
yeah, let me just finish this moment. So, because it's kind of important to Samuel's backstory. He's you saying, "Are all dwarves is dirty?" And he stops for a bit and he looks you dead in the eye and he says, "I wouldn't know."
Oh. Okay.
Wow. I look at
No, you don't know what that means. Well, you're not that smart.
I look at Etu with disappointed eyes.
How would Zoltan know exactly what he means?
Zolta
What?
knows exactly what he means
Oh my god. Do I
because
know?
Zolta has a very similar story. So it's kind of like at that moment that Zolta clicks with you when you didn't know what it meant to be Shoanti. He doesn't know what it means to be a dwarf. So Khalid, Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah,
Khalid.
just a second. I'm trying to switch to my headphones. Can you
Okay.
talk?
Yeah, you can talk.
Oh wait, it's the sound's coming from my monitor. I don't know what's the deal is. Sorry.
So, did you watch the video?
He didn't watch the
Yeah, I
video.
know what happened.
He gave him the rundown basically.
Ah,
I gave
I-
him good rundown. Okay, it was a good long one.
okay.
Just not as
Good
long as the video.
long rundown. So he knows what happened to your brother?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, what we've done so far in this pretty much hour, because we started kind of late waiting. Um,
Sorry.
I understand you had a Comcast guy or something like that, pretty much helping you with your internet or something. Um, that's okay. You can't really avoid that. Anyways, so pretty much the city was in chaos. The king is dead. You guys just the party decided to head to the masjid, Masjid An-Nur, which is also the hospital. So you guys went there. The guards recognized Zolta, which was Syed's character, and they let you in. They healed you and Zolta up, and they left you to take one of the patient rooms where you can rest in the night. And I had your character actually confront Zolta, saying what clan, what is he, trying to figure out what clan he's from or everything. But Zolta was completely oblivious to your questions, not understanding. Like it seems like he has no idea what it is to even be Shoanti. Um,
Hmm.
so you guys rested for the night in your own manners. Uh, did you find him the important stuff you looted from Gadrin's place, Yusuf?
No.
Oh no, I
Okay.
did not.
So, I mean, you did find some stuff. It's on the loot sheet on Google Documents that you have access to, I believe. Um, and yeah, there's a link to it right now. Etu just put it in the maps. And you can just look at what's been found. But pretty much the only main important things I find, which are important to your character, are the shiver, which are the drugs Gadrin was peddling, right? I'm assuming maybe you're holding on to that
No,
as a reminder of your
we
sister.
dumped it,
And you
Biz.
guys found a
What?
brooch.
What?
Mhm.
But Biz,
Nothing.
we dumped the drugs away.
Wait, we didn't decide. Let's go.
You
Does
guys
it
did not
say
decide what
Syed's
to do with the
character?
drugs.
Oh.
Does
So
it
you
say?
guys, I assume, are still holding it. And as for Samu, and I think Zolta recognized a certain brooch, and on the brooch it was an image of a dragon fighting with a devil, like kind of wrapping around the brooch. It's a brooch is like what you clasp a cloak with, so it's just like this dragon and devil fighting, and they recognize this as the brooch of the queen of Corvosa, and there's a high bounty on it.
Okay.
So Samu eventually crawls back to his bag after being decimated, and
Oh, and I
all the
cleaned his
contents on
bag.
the floor, and he picks up the brooch. It's like we still have this.
Who
Samu
said
does
that?
what?
What is
What?
it?
Samu holds the brooch up to the rest of the party, the brooch with the dragon fighting the devil that
Hmm?
belongs to the queen, and he just says to you guys, "We still have this.
What does he mean?
Does
We have
like
to return this."
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
we can do
Sorry.
that on the way to the to the midtown.
I don't
Okay,
know.
yeah, because the castle's on the way, right?
Yeah, but I think aren't there like mobs around the castle?
If there are, remember the castle does have guards, which are more trained and disciplined than the Corvosan guards.
Wait. Can I get the character sheet for level 2? You didn't send it to me.
I thought I emailed it to you. I didn't.
No, I just checked now.
Okay. I'll do that right now while the rest of the party continues. Sorry about that.
Except you took all the good loot.
I took the loop that I didn't want to get, destroyed. Here, you can take the flash grenade.
He said it gets destroyed next
Next
session.
session. Alright, I'll
Yeah.
take the keys then.
This session, I'm not going to do it because you guys didn't know. But next session, whatever's not claimed, I'm going to liquidate into gold.
Those are
Yeah.
at the level I can use the. Well, I don't want these people to know. Um,
But that's right. I can use Gadrin's crossbow, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I claim that, and then I take the bolts from
Wait.
everyone
It's
else.
a hand crossbow. You can't use it.
It's a master
It's too
rifle.
small. Yeah, but no, it's the fact that it's a hand crossbow. Like a regular crossbow you can use, but a hand crossbow requires more finesse that only certain classes can really use.
What about a light crossbow?
Yeah, you can use a light crossbow.
Okay. Okay. Can I take the bolts from the other crossbows too?
Yes, you can. As long as it's a regular size bolt. Okay, Khalid, I just sent it to you, and I'm gonna try to send it via WhatsApp as well.
Alright, cool.
Inshallah. Sorry about that. Um, so you guys start heading, I guess, to the castle first on the way to Midtown, right? So Zolta, you're in tow. Sam was in tow. Running River, I guess you want to go back to see what happened to your people, correct?
Khalid,
Go back. Oh yeah.
do you want to?
Sorry, I'm
Is
just
it,
checking.
Okay. So
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
the
Sorry,
sounds
I
you hear
don't
are
know what's wrong with my headphone.
okay.
It's. I'm trying to fix this. It's making me angry.
So the chaos of the town seems to actually be centralized all around rather than at the castle. At the castle, it's mostly calmed down now. As you see, there's um, royal guards are walking around the place, making sure everything's fine. Um, are your weapons sheathed?
yes,
Yes.
mine's are.
Okay, they better be. You see Samu, he wraps up the flag at the towards like he wraps it around the tip of his spear. So now it just looks like he's holding a long stick that he's using as a walking cane. And he starts walking with you guys towards Castle Corvosa. So you do have to go around it, right? So you're starting from here. You'd have to go towards the main entrance of Castle Corvosa, which is right there. So you walk around the castle and you pass um, this corner of it where it looks like actually I don't actually show you castle. So let me take your characters. Oh, by the way, Running River. I'm sorry, not Running River. Etu. You don't
Mm-hmm.
feel so good.
I thought I took the prescription.
You did, but you rolled a 10.
Oh my god.
Go take it more, man.
You might have to take more, yes. So, what happens to you? Okay. Um, nope, that's way too powerful.
They're trying to kill me.
Yep, I am. Anyways, you're gonna take this much strength damage.
Oh shit. Can you just take some more medicine, you know?
Oh, hey, it's gonna hurt. This is basically a -1 to your damage and hit attacks.
Those are, why do you hate
Because it's easy. I'm joking. I don't hate you.
me?
Okay.
What? Where is it? There it is.
So you guys actually. Oh my gosh, why can't I select you? What happened to my map?
I see the map.
No, my entire thing. I have to refresh. I'm sorry. I have to refresh my page. So, do you guys see the entirety of the castle? And that one
Yeah.
corner that's kind of like almost like destroyed and broken away?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
as
what
you
part?
guys pass by that, you're looking at it. This was actually because when during one of the rulings, people started taking part of the black marble and just making it, but using it to build their own homes and stuff. Eventually, it became illegal and outlawed, and people stopped. But there's that. So you do all the side entrances, like this one right here, are like completely blocked off by the guards and not allowed. But the main entrance is open with you do see people coming, a few people going up and down into the castle and out of the castle. So you can enter through there. So this is a scale of the castle from the side. It's huge, as you can tell. And it's obviously on top of the black marble Mombasa, which you at two and Running River, you know from the histories of your people. This used to be the headquarters of your people on this mainland before the Cheliac settlers came and wrested it from your control.
Christopher Columbus?
Yeah, pretty much. But this was like 200 years ago. Khalid, can you hear us?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So yeah, you guys have always seen the Grand Mamasta, and it's just like it's been in the history of your people that this was the headquarters. Your people have always guarded it for years. years and years, hundreds of, not thousands of years before the Chile settlers came. But you stare upon it now with the symbol of Corvosa's capital, you know, royalty on it,
Oh, is it? Oh,
this grand castle, and you ascend the huge stone steps to enter the castle. In fact, the name of it, I'd have to pull up the name. You guys actually have a different name for this in your for your people. So,
is it?
okay, it was called Mashkapiki. No, wait, that's the name of the river. So this was the name. So the river, Jagar River, is known as Mashkapiki, and this Grand Mastaba actually has a different name. You know it as Mashka Sahat Puyuhoki.
Am I supposed to know this, Bulldozer?
Nope, you don't.
Okay, I'll just not put in
Well,
my
what
notes.
is that second one, brother?
Mashka Sat
Yeah.
Puyuhoki is the name of the Grand Mastaba, this black marble pyramid that the palace is sitting on top of.
Is that the
Mashsat
name for the palace? Or
Puyuhoki.
is that what we call the palace?
No,
Mashkasa
that's not the name
Pohihoki.
of the palace. That's the name of the pyramid that the
Yeah. So
palace is on.
we have a name for the palace?
Yeah. So you
Isn't it
guys ascend the steps.
the name of the palace is the Jagare Mashkapiki?
No, Jagar River, which is the
Oh,
river
the
that
river.
flows through the middle of town. If you guys remember, um, the one separating the left side, the main town, versus the right side. You'll see it. For now,
Yeah, yeah, I
it's
remember.
not. You'll see it, inshallah. So you guys ascend the steps, and people are looking at you as you come up, especially the everyone except Samu. Actually, even Samu's kind of strange with his multicolored getup. You guys seen the getup?
Yeah.
I showed you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't
The
see
whole
it.
thing with the key.
Oh.
That's Samu. Um, so you do head up, and by the way, I have an image of everyone's character on
Hold on, brother.
the what's it called? Hangout, not hangouts. Journal that everyone you can see. Oh, Etu's changing his picture again. Anyways, you guys are ascending up the steps. You see more and more guards. Eventually, you get towards the top, and you're stopped.
At this point, I think is that two holding the brooch or me?
You guys decide. Who took it from Samu?
I'm not holding it.
Okay, obviously since he just insulted him, I'll be the one to hold it.
I've been insulting no one there, right? I insulted his entire race.
So one of the guards comes up to you. You guys see the picture now, or no?
Mhm.
Where?
No? Is there
Yeah,
black
there
for
it
you?
is. Yeah, now I see it.
Okay. So the guard comes up to you, like, "What is your business here?
We're here to return something, and we have a return something to the queen.
What do
We're
you have
here
to
for the
return to her?"
bounty.
I'm sorry. Say it again.
The bounty. We're here for the bounty for 2,000 gold pieces.
Hmm. You're here for the bounty of 2,000 gold pieces. So he says, "Let me see. Let
I
me see
I
this brooch."
I
yeah.
don't hand it to him. I just show him it.
Reminds me of
You just show him the brooch.
Yes.
Okay. At that point, he takes a nod and he points towards the rest. He's like, "You may proceed." And then he starts leading you down towards down the rest of the way. So you guys follow him up the stairs, and you guys go to the first checkpoint, which is just like a watchtower checkpoint that you guys have to cross through on the gate. And he talks to the guards and is saying, they have to see the queen. Please send a messenger out. So one of the guards actually runs off inside, and the other one stands guard, and he continues on with you guys, and he leads you to the checkpoint where it's just like, is it's just you see it's actually barred gate with with like a prison gates, and there's a guy at the side, and he's recording everything with the scribe, and he's like, "What are your names
I'm Sota. This
and last name?"
is Sota no.
Zoltan, no. He looks towards you, Etu.
Etu Lonan.
Etu Lonan.
Running
Looks towards
River.
Running River.
It is running river.
He goes to write it, then he stops for a second. He's like, looks up at you, he's like, "Really?"
I look at him and I don't respond.
Okay.
I didn't choose this
Okay. He
game.
shrugs his shoulder. Okay. Running River. And you, Sir Dwarf, I am Samu Gulindrun, son of Amar Gulindrun, house of. Okay, I got it. Samu Gulindrun. Yeah, you may. So then, he then points towards like a large casket
Wait,
in like a large bin area, and he says, "Please place all your weapons inside."
does that so Atu's brother is staying at the masjid?
What?
Where is your brother? That's right. I'm
He's with
assuming
me
he's
right
with you.
now. Yeah.
Oh, so then before so then as he says, put all your weapons in there, and as you go to move Atu, he notices someone small behind you. He's like, excuse me, who are you? And the boy, he looks at him and he looks at you, Etu.
This is my younger brother. Ab
I wasn't asking
Abu.
you, I was asking him.
I, oh my god, because we're trying to cause some conflict.
I see this and I go to the guard say he doesn't have a tongue.
You really? Let me see, boy. Step up.
I step
The
in
boy.
front of the guard, obviously looking upset, staring at him.
I
Like, I
must
have to show you
see.
anything.
All right, then he gets to stay here with me while you go on.
I say just do it. It's security. You know how things have been lately. Etu.
What's I insult him in Shoanti language before asking my brother to show him. I
So
don't know this language.
he comes up to him timidly, holding on to you, and he just opens his mouth. At this, the guard looks down and doesn't. They don't really have flashlights, so he just kind of looks around and says, "Okay, fine. What is his name?"
His name is Aboxigon.
Okay. How do you spell that? You tell him how to spell it. I'm joking. You tell him. He spells it. He writes it down. It's like, okay, as I said before, place all your weapons in the bin. You'll be returned to you when you exit.
It has been placed.
I
So,
walk to place my
Sulta, what do you
weapons and
place?
My two-hand axes.
Wait,
I'm sorry.
can I keep the dagger? Or are they gonna notice? What do you guys think?
You need a sleight of hand check to get it past the
Oh,
guards.
yeah, never mind.
Okay.
Alright.
What were you saying, Khalid?
I'm just saying
Okay. So, you put in your two daggers, your two hand axes, right, Zolta? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then he then, with his pen, he points towards your hip and is like, "What about the crossbow? Bolt as
Okay.
well."
I'll put that in there.
Can I
Okay.
keep,
You're free to go.
what about the flash grenade? Does that count as a weapon?
I mean, like you see, like one of the guard, another guard
It's a
comes and he
stone.
pats you down.
It looks
He pats down Zolta, and he feels something, and he pulls it out, and it's just like a rock to him. With like everyone, I was like, "Oh, some strange Joanti thing," and he lets him continue on.
I
Who's
pick up
next?
flash grenade. I'll go next.
All right, what do you place in the bin?
I place my falchion
Hmm.
and my bow.
And the arrows too.
That's pretty much what I have.
Yeah, he tells you to put the arrows too. All right.
But those are I also
Hmm.
he, he can I have the key on me?
Yeah. He doesn't take the key.
No, like
Just
the
takes any
key that
weapon.
looks like the dagger key.
Oh,
I want to have that on me.
he pats you down, and he finds this, and he throws it in the bin.
The key?
Yeah, because it's a dagger.
No, but he can't.
Yeah, you can. It has a hilt.
Then
It's pretty obviously a dagger with a key shape. So either way, assuming you guys just say either you put everything in there or you just tell me what you're trying to hide. If you don't tell me what you're trying to hide, I assume everything is in the bin.
We still have the items from last session.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I assume
I
everything goes in the bin, or are you
I
trying to
I
hide something?
I forget to take out my dagger.
All right, they go to pat you down. Give me a sleight of hand check.
But what's sleight of hand if you don't have the skill?
Then you can't do it.
Dexterity?
Do it.
I do it?
Yeah, I'm serious. You can't do it.
Okay, so would they find it?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind then.
So he finds a dagger and he puts it in the bin.
What's Samu?
Samu, he goes up and and he pulls out like reaches to his bag and you see like the same stuff you cleaned up, and he pulls out these clean daggers and he just shakes his head. He puts him in the bin. He puts out like some strange like wires, and, like he pulls out wires. He puts it in. He just like puts a bunch of things in there. And at one point he pulls what seems like a rubber chicken and he puts it in there. And the guard goes, "That's not a weapon." And he looks at him dead serious like, "You'd be surprised." And he just puts
Did
other
did
random
did
stuff
they
in
did they
there.
ever comment on how clean it is?
He's extremely sad at this point, putting everything in there, being clean. And
Did the guards
eventually
ever
he's just like,
comment?
forget it. He just grabs his bag and he puts the bag in the bin. And he just he comes back with his spear that's wrapped up with the thing. So the guard points to it and he goes, "What about that?" He goes, "You deprive an old man of his walking stick?" And do it. Who wants to roll Samuel's diplomacy?
Uh, I'll roll it.
Okay. He has a plus plus 7.
Can I say some?
Assist, sure. Dip, dip, top.
I don't know.
Anyways, uh, so you assist him, but it's not enough. So the man says, so the guard says, "Nope, put it in the bin." He wanders over, milking the crutch of it, like he's limping his foot and everything, and he's uh, as he's walking, and he puts it in there. It's like, "You should be ashamed of yourself," to the guard.
I
So
mean,
you continue on past the checkpoint. I can now move you guys to the other side. And
I whisper to Running River while we're walking.
in
Running
what
River,
language?
Shawanti.
Okay.
In case anything happens, you know what to do. I'm obviously hinting towards something he knows.
Yeah.
So
We didn't take away
Why
all our
not?
weapons. Hello?
yeah, I'm just writing something personal. Um, so you guys continue. Um, the guard leads you down to the main gates.
Can we talk to him as we walk down?
Yeah,
There's
Yeah,
some. It was pretty crazy here last night, wasn't it?
you guys can move your own characters. I will do Samu
yeah,
behind you, and remember, do step by step, like
yeah.
how Khalid is doing.
Okay.
So you say to the guard, "By the way, Zolta, you're all the way in the back." Again, Zolta, I need
I
steps.
changed.
So he said it was a pretty crazy night last night, right? You're trying to be friendly.
Yeah.
So he says, "Yes, absolutely."
What was going on?
With the death of the king, and he like looks down really sad as he's walking. It's like, "You're the best now."
I
I mean,
apologize.
it is the curse of the Crimson Throne, right?
I'm talking to Running River saying, seems like they
No.
couldn't handle the trouble last night.
It's
Some
all the
guards,
will of
right?
He
Allah.
looks towards you guys speaking in Shoanti, but he doesn't say anything because he doesn't understand. And he's just like, it's a tragedy, but we're used to this. I mean,
I comfort him and say it's all the will of Allah.
he just kind of nods his head. It's like, yeah. So he leads you to this door. At this point, a woman in full decked armor, more ornate than anything you've ever seen. Just looking at this, you can just imagine guard captain. And like this great plumage of she's wearing a helmet with a great plume, like a great, you know what plume is, right? So it looks like on the helmet is a top knot with a great deal of reddish hair coming off the top, but it's just part of the helmet. And And she looks at you guys with this purple like cape behind her and a huge falchion on her side. And she looks at you guys and she says, "So you're here to return the brooch, right?"
Yes.
At this point, the guard kind of
I'm,
steps to the
I'm,
side quietly and he looks down.
I'm staring
And
at the falchion.
yeah, see, quite a nice falchion he got there. Um, so she looks at you curtly, like a stern face on her. And by the way,
Eyes of
she's
fear.
probably like you would assume she's in her like mid early 30s, mid 20s at this point, and she's in no ways unattractive. So but her face just screams out unapproachable as she looks at you like these hostile eyes, and
Looking at who?
she's hmm?
Who's she looking at?
All of you. She's scanning all of you,
Okay, and by the
not
way,
keeping her eyes off. Yeah,
I asked her what is this image on the brooch? If it's been
know
um
that actually it's the symbol
you're
of the
lagging.
Corvozian royalty.
Oh, never mind.
That's a symbol of Corvozian
The
royalty.
two succubus?
Hmm?
The two succubi?
Oh, the succubus? No, that was just something you found in Gadrian's possession. Do you just like
Okay, never mind.
pull out the image of two succubi entwined with each other and show her?
No. So do I ask her if she wants to know where we found it?
Okay. So she goes, yeah, she asks you, like, where did you find the brooch?
Have you ever heard of gator and lamb?
No, I have not. I keep myself, I'm not informed of the people of this town so much.
Seems
Maybe you
that
should
way.
try
What?
doing that. Maybe you should try doing that now.
Does that actually say
You
that?
know, I want to see that. Show me the brooch.
I pull
Yeah,
out the
you should do that.
brooch and watch it be like missing.
Maybe nothing should have.
So she
None of that
sees the
last part.
brooch. You see her face softens, and she actually smiles.
Except
And she
now's the time.
steps to one side, holding
Hey,
her hand
pull it
out.
back, dude. Pull it back.
Yeah? No, no. She steps to the side of the door here, holds out her hand, like pointing to the rest of the castle, and she says to you guys, uh, welcome to Castle Corvosa. And she turns to the rest of this guard that followed you and is like, you may return to your post. These heroes pose no threat to the queen. He looks
Mm.
up and he looks at you guys, and you hear him mutter under his breath, heroes? And he just walks off. Oh, didn't mean to do that.
He- Hero, what does
I am
hero
here.
mean? Smash.
I confused. So, technical problems. You guys. So she points at us. Welcome to Castle Corvosa. She goes. If you would follow me to the queen's chamber.
Do 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 do
Doot,
do.
doot, doot, doot.
That's one majestic falchion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Eh,
Okay.
You say
So I
that out
took.
loud.
what falchion is? What type of falchion? Describe it.
In the sheath, man, you can't really see, but the hilt is
Um,
covered in like rubies and jade, and it's like
are we,
golden
are we
handle.
talking
Do I
different?
notice at two like watering at the falchion, just like
Not
eyeing it
watering
at
it.
the
I was just like
Your perception
eyeing it.
check. You can give
that
me sense motive or perception check. Be following
me?
the party.
Leslie, can you repeat that? You were bugging out.
Perception or sense motive. Either way.
My passive perception. Don't I just see this
Yeah,
guy?
your passive perception is 9.
Oh, mashallah. Oh, mashallah.
Gosh.
Another one. Another one.
So she continues on.
Mm.
You're led into a grand procession.
Stop.
Grand procession with the guards there. Running River, you're the first to
As we
come. Samuel
as we're
follows you.
walking, by the way,
Mhm.
I I question Alexa. What's your rank in this area?
Sabina. My name is Sabina. I am the captain of the Queen's Royal Guard. And that's
That's
all you need to know.
one.
I thought that was Queen myself. I was retarded.
Are you stupid? Yeah, the
So,
queen would have a falchion and meet us, right?
so
Yeah,
sh-
see?
he then, the Sabina turns towards you guys and says to you, "Kneel before your royalty."
I don't, Neil.
I look at Running River, see what action he takes.
I kneel.
I say it is against my religion. I'm sorry.
You see the rest. Okay, what do you do, Etu?
I I do one of those half-hearted kneels, one of those like really bad ones. Like
Mm-hmm.
just like
Okay.
whatever, just kneel. Not really a kneel though.
Samu. Okay, Samu does Roku in the opposite direction. At
I
this
don't.
point, you see the rest of the guards get very uncomfortable.
What is my little brother doing?
He is just kind of behind you, slinking.
He's actually.
At this point, the guards become uncomfortable, and you see Zabina grab the hilt of her sword, and the queen, Iliosa, speaks up. By the way, I do have a handout for her, but I don't have an image of her. I'm not going to show you an image of her.
Come on, brother.
Wow.
That's right.
Yes?
Were you just saying you lower your gaze or something, and now you're like, come on, brother, that's right.
Yeah, the joke.
Wait,
So,
how
a
old?
very young woman sitting on the throne with hair actually tied up in a bun, like in a very neat. Oh my gosh, are you serious? In a very neat ornate way, and she's wearing like a crown on her head of rubies and jewels, and wearing a very ornate red dress flowing down past even the throne itself. And as she sits on the throne, it's exactly as the picture shows in our WhatsApp. It's like this red cushioned velvet seat with spikes around it. And she speaks up as Sabina grabs the sword. She goes, "There's no need for that. These heroes deserve a warm welcome for returning something that was stolen from me a long time ago." She stands up from her throne, and Sabina immediately lets go. Like the minute she started speaking, she let go, and you see her face turn from like anger to complete passiveness. Um,
But we all noticed this.
you notice the passiveness, but you can't really read anything else off it unless you personally want to roll something.
As I'm like kind of somewhat kneeling towards the direction,
Mhm.
I put one eye to Sabine and try and I want to see I try to assess motive.
Yeah. You can't really read anything off of that. Just she seems to be just completely obedient.
Oh,
So, at this point, the queen continues. You've come here on my darkest day, before me with kindness. The return of this brooch is more than just an honorable deed. It is inspiration. It is hope. You see, I love Corvosa. He died before me, and his death has shocked the city as it has me, but I will not see his legacy destroyed in death. I shall not see my city torn apart. All Corvosa stands at the edge of disaster wrought by her citizens. These riots cannot continue. At that, you see tears starting to form in her eyes.
Can I sense that they're fake tears, crocodile tears?
You can try rolling sense motive.
I roll my eyes while looking at Running River. I just like look at her like ugh.
Bismillah, Bismillah. Give me a 19.
Running River.
Bismillah.
Brazilian is typing.
Oh,
Brazilian is
Alhamdulillah.
typing. Who, who did that?
Oops.
Sayed, why?
Why did I change his Alera? What the heck?
You change your character. When you look at the bottom when it says as, you can click it.
Oh,
I
thanks for
think
telling me.
Yeah.
I don't know how I did that.
If you guys abuse it, I will take off control of those. You can change it.
No, 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 no.
Okay. Anyways, so Sabina looks at you angry at two as you roll your eyes. Oh my gosh, you've just lost control. Syed,
I did. I didn't do anything. I hope you know that. Sayyid did not do anything for
Mate,
you make ideas as Yusuf probably.
that was my first time doing that.
and not the first time is enough after you've been given a warning, right?
Sayed's done this like 5 times.
Anyways, Sabina looks at you, glaring at you, Etu, as you roll your eyes, but the queen continues, seeming not to notice. But yes, to
Sense
your
motive.
sense motive, she seems completely genuine. Completely genuine. So she
I am
says,
moved.
so she continues past past the tears. She says, "You've already done my heart a great service in returning this heirloom on this dark day, and you will be rewarded. Yet perhaps, maybe, you heroes can serve Corvoza a little bit more."
Mm.
What if y'all just denied the offer?
So she pauses to see your reaction for a bit. If you guys don't react, she'll just continue. She says, "The Corvosan guard is stretched very thin, and it could certainly use the aid of heroes such as yourself. If you choose, I'll have Sabina see to it that you're escorted with guards to Citadel Volshianek, and I'll send word of you to Field Marshal Crestcroft to let you know let him know that you're on the way." At this point, she kind of like slumps down on the chair and she like puts her hand in her head. She says, "My grief has drained me. I thank you again for the kindness you've shown me, and I hope your days of serving the crown are just beginning."
Sure.
At this point, she like with one of her hands, she kind of like waves you off. But as she
Okay.
But
waves
is
you
there?
off, comes up to the wall here, where there's a little small coffer, right? And Sabina holds out her hand to, I guess, Etu, and says, "The brooch, please."
Me. Why I don't have the Brosa Soto who has it?
I have the I hand it to her.
You hand it to her?
Yes.
The money first, dude. Come on.
Okay. So you hand her the brooch, at which point she walks off to the side of the queen, and you see she kind of like kneels down and places the brooch gently in the hands of the queen. And as the queen goes to grab the brooch, you see their hands just like touch for a moment as the brooch goes into, and then she takes the brooch with her. And Zabina gets up from her position and walks back to you guys. At the same time, this guard back here comes to you with a small chest made of silver.
Small chest. What?
A small chest made purely out of silver. And as he opens it up to show you what's inside, you guys count about 12 gold ingots.
How many?
12 gold bars, 12 bars of gold. And
How much?
each one of these bars has the royal seal of Corvosa right on it.
How much is that
This
worth?
is a legit. This is legit stuff. Each one is worth 100 gold.
Oof.
Actually misspoke. The reward was up for 1,000, but she gave you more than 1,000.
Oh wait. So we could have sold it for 2,000? Oh my
No, you could
god.
have sold it for much less. Anyone who's appraised it, you probably would have only gone like of 200 gold off of it.
Mm,
But yeah, you guys made actually it's not 1,200, it's 1,250. He's handing you the silver chest as well, which is worth 50 gold.
Liquidated. How much does it cost?
I just wrote it.
Oh, mashallah.
And each the chest itself has the seal of the Corvosan royalty, and you see that emblem of the dragon, which you dragon fighting the devil on each one of the gold ingots and on the chest, and the inside is covered in like this red velvet lined interior.
Can we
To
can we
you,
talk?
Etu. Hmm.
Can we talk in private? Like,
No, you would only be able to talk as characters, so you could either wait till your characters are in a private area, or just wait, hold on to it. All right. This is what I want to do. Is just, I mean, in combat, I'll let you do that because it needs to be more strategic, right? But in times like this, role playing, it doesn't make sense.
for me to whisper?
Yeah, I mean, unless you're whispering to Etu since you're right next to him.
Okay. I whisper tattoo. I don't like the idea of being under the command of the royal people.
never plan on accepting.
So he hands you the gold to you, Etu. I assume you take it.
Mm-hmm.
So he then backs off to his post in his corner here, and Sabina turns towards one of the guards and says, "Go ahead and send word to Citadel Volshinek that the heroes are on their way," and he runs off.
Wait, who said we're on our way? What?
But listen, we don't accept.
Who's?
Well,
Do you guys
me and
say
Etu
that
don't.
right now in front of the queen and everyone?
Wait, what do they want us to do in that citadel for shit? I don't know what it's called.
Everything I said, I said. What do you guys react?
I say hold up. What's like a
Wait, what
formal
am I
way of
supposed
saying
to do
hold
now?
up?
What's in it for us?
Halt!
What for that Sabina speaks up. Why assisting your city of Corvosa from seeing it burn to ashes, of course.
Okay,
Yeah, these
this
people assisted.
convinces Zolta. What about Etu and Running River, whose homes are in Corvosa?
Yeah, just like how they
Jeez.
assisted people with Gator and Lamb, right?
Again,
Wait,
what kept on switching bases.
By the way, Samu is still in Roku in the opposite direction.
Guys, can I turn back now?
No, he doesn't say anything. He just stays like that.
A group of four managed to stop someone like that, but you guys couldn't. What? I don't understand these people
Excuse me, what
He
talking
the
was
about
a
hell?
helping. What do you
small-time
think about
criminal.
this running small
You,
time criminal that took that
Wait,
ruined the
what?
lives of many children?
What do they want us to do with this today?
They want us
pretty
to work
much
under the
what Queen
crown.
Iliosa is hoping is that you guys will help the city more by joining the Corvosan Guards because they're very stretched thin at the moment. There's chaos everywhere. The guards can't be everywhere. They need help from heroes, and she's saying that you are the heroes that the city needs.
I asked Running River in Shawanti, what do you think about this?
This is
I say, can you give us some time to think?
this is too
We'll
much
come
pressure.
back tomorrow at the same time.
After one, so Sabina, she says, "Are you willing to let the lives of innocents in one day slip by you when you could have helped them now?
Doesn't
Okay,
matter.
give us 30 minutes.
I'll give you two.
Oh,
So we have 1 hour?
we're up stuff.
Two
Oh, 2 minutes.
minutes.
What the heck?
Oh my god, these people.
Okay,
I just
so
I just get off of stop my half-hearted kneeling. I go to Running River and Zolta right in front of them. I don't care anymore.
Hmm.
I ask them, so what do you guys think?
I'm not
I
sure
think it's a
about
bunch of
this.
I think it's a bunch of trash right now.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Okay, we talking Shanti, right?
Does
Wait,
Zolta
does Zop
understand
speak
Shawanti?
Shah?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, we speak.
It's like
Yeah,
at
it
that
has
moment that
not.
you
It
realize
has
he's
not.
understood every single thing you've said to Running River.
No, the one talking like. I'm like, and I just join in on the conversation. I go, oh,
What's up with the guards?
I accept it quickly. Alright, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, you speak Shawanti. I'm not gonna make a scene out of it.
okay, so
I
what do
question
you guys?
later.
I think this might be.
Running River, what do you guys think
I'm not
about
sure
this?
about this,
They were
I
but helping the city does not sound does helping innocent lives does sound good.
we've seen how they've helped
This.
innocent lives.
Mhm.
That's not rewarded.
What do you
The
say, Running
people.
River?
I have.
Sorry.
I think I will accept
Oh my god.
because I have anger. I have to get rid of, man. Well,
At this,
actually,
Sabina seeing kind of where the conversation is heading, she says out loud, "You will be rewarded for your services. We don't expect charity from you."
Dude, I don't want to be
then
a part of the
This
Carposan guards.
yeah, but that's the one
Bad.
problem.
I don't like being dogs of the
Like
royal.
part of the royal army, dude. That's so bad.
Wait, do we
The
actually
Corvosan Guard are not.
do we have to join?
Guys, what you know about the Corvosan Guard? The Corvosan Guard does not answer to the king or queen.
Who do
They
they
work
answer?
with them, but they don't
Okay, how
answer
do
to
they
them.
treat Shawantis? How have I experienced their
There
treatment
are
over there?
Shawanti guards. The Corvosan Guard is very open in its recruitment. They have
Wait,
raises
I
do we
different
have
asked
raises.
I asked
Mhm.
if I join, would I be I'm not I really hate politics, so I would rather not be um would I be like
Mhm.
included in a lot of politics?
By the way,
What?
Sabina leads you away from the queen so you guys can talk like in this hallway with her. And she says to you, "We don't need politicians. We just need heroes. I'm not a
Okay.
politician. I leave
And
that
why
up to the
else?
queen."
Just because we brought a brooch back?
What makes you so sure that we're the heroes you're looking for?
My queen is never wrong.
Oh my god.
But
I,
that's I
no,
know you want us to say yes.
no. If we're gonna join them, I'm not gonna join them. Like I thought, if we just work with them, then yeah. Like
You would just you would just work with the Corvosan Guard. You'll be your own independence party.
Okay, that's
so
Okay.
we
better.
won't
Being
actually join.
Okay,
you're
that's
not
fine.
joining them. You're not becoming the guard. You're just helping them.
Uh,
Yeah.
Like citizen levies.
Am I
Citizen.
gonna get a costume like yours?
She looks down at it. It was a gift from the royal family. Lucky.
I, I like put a hand in front of Ed to like calm down.
Besides,
You
it's
feel
not the
comfortable
size of the
wearing the queen?
falchion that matters. It's the hand that wields it.
I'm not talking about the size. When did I ever mention size? Are you okay?
But that's just, he's
I
asking
have
you if you're okay.
maybe taken one too many medications today. No, I'm joking. No, she's just
But
passively
Liz,
there. It's like,
did
so,
she quiver a little bit when the queen touched her?
you have to give me a sense motive or perception check on that.
Are they?
Yeah, Allah.
But that's is
I think your
something
perception
haram
is
going
better.
on? But there's something haram going on behind the in the back.
Maybe.
Wait,
No,
Sam
none
was
of you
still
seem to
there,
notice
by the
anything
way.
strange.
Yeah.
Sam was still
Those are
there,
what
by
you
the way.
said. You said passive, so you gotta roll that for me, right?
Yeah, I already did. I already done my passives.
What I get? What I get?
Yeah, your
Nine.
passive is just always 10 plus your bonus.
So I got
16.
16, and that's not enough to notice someone quivering.
Nope.
I've been staring at them the entire conversation, analyzing.
Nothing. You notice nothing.
All right then.
As I
Should we
already
join?
noticed from
He's
last game,
straight.
the last.
But you, the character doesn't. So, you guys, if like, what is your final decision?
Yes, we join.
Okay.
As long as we do it our way, sure.
The heroic way, of course.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so, you guys are led out of the castle with Sabina and a contingent of guards as they follow you, and you're led into throughout town. So let me copy your characters, put you back on the main map. Uh, doot, 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 doot. Not there. Doot, 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 doot. There. Okay. Put you guys in archive because I don't longer need your maps.
Those are- What can we buy?
So,
What can we buy?
well,
Everything is buying stuff now.
I would assume right now that shops are not going to be open at this time.
Uh-huh.
But go from Castle Corvosa through the main road, passing Eodrid's
What about
bazaar area.
when we go in the
Um,
mission?
Sabina is only going to lead you straight to Citadel Volshinek.
What happened to visiting, your home?
Running River. What do you think about this?
No, we'll just. Oh wait, what happens? Like the city burning?
Do
What's
they
the?
pass by their home on the way? Or anyone
Yeah,
they know? That's what they can ask them?
Um,
it
Wait, I
took
mean, if we were visiting, we should have visited before we went there. Isn't it?
the entire city was on fire, dude. There was like a war going on in the city.
Well,
the fires have died
that
down,
was.
right? There's only embers now. Um,
I,
but yeah, it's
I
still not perfectly safe. Do you like say like, can you wait 1 minute while I go check?
yeah, I think me and Running River will go check
Okay,
if he
so Running
wants to.
River, I just have one
Should have
question for
we should
you.
have checked before though. Yeah.
Running River,
Yeah.
what is the name of your foster father?
That is a good question, actually.
Huh?
Actually, don't remember. Hold up, let me see.
Let's give it a name. Give him a name.
Okay, I'll give him a name. His name is Isco. Isco Oshu.
Or that's your new foster father's name, Khalid. Nice job.
So,
Running away?
you do you ask for permission to like quickly check?
I think it,
Do you,
it would be cool if we just wander off.
Khalid, this is basically where we came from, right? We started here, and then we came here because we were planning on
Where
going
do we
on the way.
live?
We live like where the purple is.
Uh,
You guys are starting from here. They're planning on going around the castle, continuing continuing on, but now it seems like they're leading you north southeast.
I think we should check. We won't really talk. Just check on them quickly.
Yeah.
So you break off from the group.
Wait.
By the way, there's guards at your back and guards at your front to make sure that you guys are safe on the way.
We tell them to wait. Wait, they're going the same way, right? They're just going this way. Do
They're
we know
going
the
this
way
way.
to there? Do you know the way there?
Yeah, you guys know the way there. Everyone knows the way there,
All
but
right.
how
We'll
safe is
catch
it is
up.
a different question.
Ah, we'll catch. I trust. Actually, I don't trust my brother with them. It's more safe with the multiple guards there, so I leave my brother with them. Actually, no, that's stupid. Yeah, I take my brother. I try to return him home.
Okay, so you say like I'm just gonna return my brother home.
Yeah, and check on my home. See how safe
So
it is.
Sabina, sorry, she says you have half an hour.
Mm.
Half an hour. We'll just check if people are alive.
All right, we go check.
I won't talk to them. Just go check if they're alive.
Khalid, stop mumbling.
I said I'll just check if they're alive and leave. Okay.
Oh my god, that was so much better.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so
That's
you
it.
guys break off. You Abu Running River. At to Abu Running River, and you break off and you start heading there to your town. And as you look, like at the edges, like you guys have like your own like neighborhood. So towards the edges, you see like some places with burned marks and houses, and you see some of the houses as you continue. Ours, like edges of damage, like some people try to like vandalize it or throw things at it. But generally speaking, you see your people walking around, and they seem relatively safe, right? You see some of the men going around making sure everyone's okay. You see the children are outside playing again as the rest of the adults are protecting them. You see the women are mainly stay in their house, but you, I assume, go towards your own homes,
I
whatever you want
only
to.
check if my home is fine, then I'll just leave. I won't check up on them.
So, Running River, you head towards your home. Your home probably has the least signs of damage in it,
Tétalo.
and and it's just. I mean, you don't really see anything else from there. I mean, unless you want to try to enter.
No, no,
Okay,
So
your
our
house
home
seems
is
fine.
safe.
leave too.
Mostly safe, but you see some of the people are running around. You do see your clan leader, Thousand Bones. Uh, by the way, I'll give you guys an image of him right now.
I know what he
Here,
looks like.
Yeah, so do I, but
you what?
clanless Zolta doesn't.
I just stay in the back, just spectating.
Wait, he
Okay,
came with us?
He didn't come with us, did you?
I did.
so
We did.
you
I'm not
guys
gonna
see
stay with the guards.
yeah, you're staying with the guards right now. So we'll just do them, and then we'll just decide what you're doing there that time. You go to your home, and you do see like the door has like some burn marks on it, and the rest of the house is showing some damage, but generally it's standing in place. It doesn't look like it's like been destroyed. So the door is shut. Do you go to the door and try to open it?
Like, who are you talking to right now? Me or?
Etu, Etu, because Running River doesn't want to go to his house.
Oh, yeah, I open it. Why I knock first? But I mean,
You hear a woman, your mom's voice saying, "Who is it?"
oh my god. Wait, actually, I don't knock on it. How about that? Is it too late?
Too late.
My god. Ah, I
I mean,
just
the door is not locked. You
not
guys
lock.
generally have never had to lock your doors. Your neighborhood has been pretty safe. Everyone protecting each other.
Alright, I just walk in
She
with my
looks at you and
but
she goes, "Oh, Etu," and then she sees a small figure behind you, and you see her eyes widen, start filling with tears, as she rushes past you and holds onto her missing son, Abuk,
where
and
this one?
starts crying. And at this point, you can't help. Maybe you can't help yourself. Tears start forming in your eyes, and Abuk himself starts crying, and you all maybe are just holding onto each other,
Alright, go to Running
just
River now.
sobbing. Hey, no, 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 no. We're not done with this. Sobbing and holding on to each other, and your mom just like pulls kind of away from the hugging just to kiss your brother all over and like hold on to his hair, which is longer. She's like, "Oh, you're filthy, we have to clean you up," and throughout tears, and she's like, come, we have to bathe, you have to bathe. Oh, my son, My son, I love you. I missed you so much.
Gotta
Just
You
brush
know,
his
just
teeth.
send him to the bathroom. I can stop her and tell her what happened, or no?
do you want to stop her now?
Maybe. I don't want her to be like, why isn't he talking? And then just find out in the middle of everything.
So she goes, so she turns to him, is like, Abouk, where were you all this time?
Uh,
And he just
I take her to like
stares at her.
I take her to the corner
Is that
and
Abouk? What's wrong? No, no, no.
I
Why are you taking me?
I
What's wrong?
I
Abouk, speak to me.
I tell her to like like not react like in an obvious manner, but I explain her what happened.
So what do you mean?
I just said I explained to her what happened. I'm not gonna go
No, I
more
want to
in
roleplay
detail.
this.
Who's a thousand bones? Is that his mom?
Oh my god,
That's the clan leader.
Oh,
is that
lol.
his mom?
I was like,
Stupid.
Okay, so what do you
I
say to
tell
your
her.
mom specifically?
I tell her after the years of us looking for him, I finally found him.
I
But
know, but what's wrong with Abouk?
he doesn't have a tongue, and he's missing his tongue.
What? You see, like her face turns
I
like.
told her to calm down to react, God.
Yeah, how calm do you think a mom is gonna be on your son's? Yeah. So 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 yeah, like she just all of a sudden gets extremely upset. She goes, "Abouk, is this true?" And he nods his head
Oh my,
silently. Uh,
he's mentally scarred right now. I think.
you see, it's like she
Uh,
just like collapses on the floor and starts crying out, and we can now leave this scene. Eventually, the scene cuts out. Etu and Running River return to the rest of the group, right?
He said 1 second. My mom needs me. BRB.
I know that was Khalid.
Yeah, that's Running River.
Yeah, but he said he didn't want to do anything. He just was ready to go afterwards.
Oh, so he
You don't need to
just
roll?
you can do what
Huh?
we can go over what I'm doing right now, I
Yeah.
guess.
So what were you doing while they were gone? Maybe for like half an hour.
Um, I guess you said I was with the guards, right?
Yeah, you're with the guards. You're with Samu. You're with Sabina.
Mm. See, I can do some cringy things right now, but I won't. I'm just sitting there with Samu, and I'm just joking with him.
say it. Say it. Find some more
Then,
about Sabina.
and then I ask him about his past. Okay, so let's do some Samu history, man. Come on.
You ask him about his past.
Yeah.
Ah, that's a boring story. You don't need to know that.
It's okay. I like boring stories sometimes.
Well, you see,
Well,
it starts a way, way long time ago.
yes.
You see, when a mother and a father share love with each other, something special happens.
What is that?
And
I'm gonna have to take over Khalid's character for a
Can you
bit. There.
demonstrate?
Yeah,
so yes,
I have to take over Khalid's character for a little bit.
yeah, just a little bit, but I think we can just do this part right now. So, anyways, he tells you his story, and he mentions
What's the story?
So he says he tells you, oh, I didn't really know my parents. Uh, my father, um, Pimperwickle,
What?
kindly old man. He saw my family coming in the caravan from the Yonderhof Mountains. They were traders, I guess, of black marble. That's what all dwarves are famous for here, right? Black marble. And you see some thieves may have jumped upon them, and uh, when Pimperwinkle came and found the ruins, he saw me as a small baby crying in a broken down caravan with the horses dead and dead dwarves all around me. He took me into his home and taught me many, many things. He was a kind gnome. Kind gnome. But that's enough of that. What about you?
It's not a very interesting story.
Hey. No. No, 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 no. I say mine, you say yours.
What did I get myself into? born into a religious family. It's also but joking.
Stop. Just reading your backstory, huh?
Um,
42 religious.
Okay, so when you're telling him the story, the camera kind of like pans away.
Oh, yeah, brothers, yeah.
Yeah, seriously, you guys are not. Samu's not a player. If you guys want to find out, you ask him.
I'm not gonna
All
tell
right.
them my backstory.
So, you go ahead and you reveal everything to Samu,
Yes.
and
But I tell him to keep a secret.
oh, I can
Cuckoo.
keep a secret, and he winks.
And I ask him, what does he have to do with Gaydon?
Ah, well, you see, and at that point, Etsu and Running River come back. Oh, the party's back. Okay, good, good.
Brothers, what happened with the other thing?
Yeah, we can roleplay that another time.
Okay,
Right. So, uh, you guys come back to the party, and Sabina looks. You're 31 minutes.
I shove it.
You what?
What?
He says, shove it.
I said that in like a muttering tone.
She
Give
heard.
me a give me
She
a stealth
heard.
check.
Bismillah.
I'm
Yes.
not trying to hide anything, dude. I
Oh, he's
just
not even trying to
mutter.
stealth check, by the way.
I'm not even trying for those. I just mutter like
Oh,
I'm pretty sure my character would be kind of annoyed or something or
Okay.
upset after what happened. I don't know what
So
happened because you'll roleplay later.
no, but you can pretty much figure out what happened. Um,
I'm
so
conflicted.
she like seems like she like puts her back straightens and she seems like I don't know. She seems like very what's it called? Like your back straight. Like she just flares up, but then she kind of like turns around and is like, "Let's go," and leads you down the rest of the way. You pass the Odrid's Walk, which is the main market, and you see that all the shops have closed with signs saying "closed until further notice." And you head on to Citadel Volshinek.
Because I want to get rid of this strength penalty, please.
Okay, who knows? Maybe Citadel Volshinek has some clerics
Oh my god.
to help out the guard.
I ask her what her relationship to the queen is.
I am I am the captain of the royal guard.
Hmm. Hold on a second. Come on, please.
So you continue on to Citadel Volshinek, and we can now move your characters there. Yes, 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 yes. Paste. Good, 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 good or goodest. Okay, so let me now move your cameras there. Citadel Volshinek. So before we get there, actually, as you guys approach, you see these huge black marble walls around this fortress as you get there, and the gates. You see, there's gates, huge like iron gates, and the guards around it, and they're open currently, but there's some guards around. And as soon as the guards see Sabina and see you guys, you see one of them. He points to another guard. He's like, "Run inside. Let the captain know that they're here." So he comes down. So you guys, so he leads you down into the courtyard. In the courtyard, you see like it's a huge courtyard with like a training area on one side that seems like there's like a sand pit with like some dummies. On the other side, you see like uh no, you don't see that yet. You see on the other side, you see just like of guards getting their orders. Okay, you're gonna go here. You're gonna go there. You're gonna go this place from one of the captains and from one of the officers. And you're led down to this main entrance, and you see that a part of the wall is actually kind of like crumbling here. Uh, and these two guards. I'm sorry, just one moment. As you guys are walking in, just take this in. Maybe you're discussing with each other something.
Yusuf, can you put in the ingots, the gold ingots in the
Hmm.
ducts?
Okay.
Make sure you put like a new day. Session 3, 12/9.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Salam.
So you're led into these guards here. At this point, Sabina, she says, "Now that I've fulfilled my duty, I'll go." And she starts walking off the rest of the royal guards. At this point, the rest of the guards come up. He goes, one of them comes up. It's like, "I'm Officer Omek." Um,
I am Zoltano. This is Running River. Samo, what's their or his last name is, and this is Etu Lonan.
so yes, yes, yes. We heard of you coming. Please follow me. Cress has been awaiting you. So as you guys come up, he leads you down this hallway. So actually, let me move him like this. Dut, 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 dut. Can you guys go that direction or no?
Nope, we cannot see.
Oh wow. Sorry about that. Boop, boop. Okay, so you're led into this. He brings you into this room, and then he brings you into this hallway. As he goes down the side,
Yo, the lag. I can't move my character. What is this?
and he comes to this door, and he says, "Commander Croft is awaiting you." Hey, man, the door's open. Oops. So the door wasn't open. He knocks on it, and then he says, "Proceed inside." So Zolta, you walk in, and you see a man that looks like, man, why can I never find anything? He looks like this. A regal-looking man with a suit of armor, not as elegant as the royal guards, but up there. And you see he's around some paperwork, and there's papers all over his desk, and he's reading them all, and he's telling you guys quickly enter, 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 and close the door behind you.
Yeah, those are.
Yeah.
I think you need to.
Okay. So you guys, and he goes, sit, 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 and assuming there's enough seats for everything. So you guys come into the room, and Etu, you close the door.
Yeah.
Okay. So you close the door, and you see this, like, again, just to give you a better example, he's not wearing his helmet right now, so he has this. You see this dark-haired, straight, like he's human, obviously. The hair is dark and straight, and it's up to like his ear, and he's actually dressed in red armor. So he goes, "What are your names?"
I am Zoltano.
Hmm.
I am Metu Lonan.
"I am Running River," and as
Khalid,
he,
your brother, those are.
hmm, oh,
Khalid,
Khalid, you here?
Yeah.
Okay, he's asking for your name, Crestcroft.
Khalid, speak louder.
I am here.
God, not like that.
Yes, like that.
I am here. Wow.
Hi here, I'm Dad.
So he and then he turns to you, and your name, dwarf, Master Dwarf, and he says, "I am Samu Galindron, son of Amr Galindron, clan of." Okay, okay, I got it, I got it. So and so he goes, and you look at this man, like he looks like he hasn't slept in like all night. Like you see his eyes have like he has sunken pits under his eyes, but he's still moving around so busy and everything. And he sighs deeply. Yes, you're the one sent by Queen Neliosia. Greetings. I'm Cress. The heroes of your caliber are exactly what we need right now. I mean, from everything the reports have said from the Queen, you guys seem more than qualified to help us.
Wait, what did we do?
What do we do?
What did we do?
Got a broke
I have it all
fast.
here in my reports right now of your accomplishments. So, anyways, on to the things. You guys have been on the streets, I assume, right?
Yeah, what about it?
You've seen how bad it is out there.
Yeah,
Obviously.
lack of guards.
He looks at you when you say that. He's like, everyone is out there, except for the few that you've seen right now. Only to make sure that no one assaults this place. Have you seen the broken masonry outside? That's what happens when we leave our guard down. Anyways, Corvos is tearing itself apart. It may have calmed down now, but it can easily start another riot can easily start at any moment, especially with the news reports I am getting. Every little aid we get from upstanding citizens like yourself helps. And if you're willing, I'd very much like to retain your services as agents of the guard, and of course you'll be compensated for your service.
Hmm.
I don't plan on joining the guard, but I can assist
As
as our own
agent.
group.
Yeah.
That's fine. Anything you
That,
can do helps. Do the rest of you agree to this?
Yes.
What
not.
Do some
limitations
agree?
do we have? I need like like a paper. I'm not gonna agree to nothing,
As
anything.
long as we get to do things our way, as long as we get it done.
As long as you don't break any laws,
What are the
I can
laws,
look the other
brothers?
way.
What are the laws?
Don't murder and without like murdering,
Ah,
stealing, things like that. Like general laws of the city. Come on, like don't go around in the middle and just kill an innocent man on the sidewalk.
so
Oh
it
my
doesn't apply to me, right?
applies to everyone.
No, 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 brothers. You know what I'm talking about, brothers.
Anyways, continuing on. So he says, he continues on. Enough trouble with our guards are spread thin, but not only that, now I hear some of our own guards are losing their way and deserted their posts. More concerned about their friends and family than the city. I understand, but I don't approve. Some of them are just using this some of them don't even have families. They're just using this as an for personal gain to join the riots. One such man. His name is.
Hmm?
Yes, I already know who it is.
Fuck
Why don't have
my
anything?
No,
His name is Leondev Van
Leon.
Kasserkin.
Who's
Yousef, do you
that?
know that?
Dude, I thought it was from the previous campaign. Brothers, you changed it?
Why are
He's
you an idiot?
Leon the
Leodav Van Kasserkin.
read it
And at
backwards,
this
Yousef.
point, at two, I'm sorry, Zolta, you recognize that name. Do you remember?
Leon Dav. Is that my backstory?
He was
Leon
one of
Dav?
the orphans with you.
Oh yeah, I remember that name. That's why.
So,
Leon
he's
Dav.
not alone. He's convinced a small group of fellow guards that the Queen Ilios is going to ruin this city. Whether she does or doesn't isn't the point. Right now, we've got a citywide crisis on our hands, and I need all my guards working with me to see us through. And what is worse is a deserter is worse than a lost resource. It's an infection. And I can't afford to pull any of my other patrols to deal with him with the chance that maybe they'll join his cause. And I'd
Is
rather not
there?
expose him anyways.
Do you know of anyone else by the name of Ninri?
of who?
No, I don't know this name. Maybe one of the guards, but I doubt it. I know almost everyone.
All right then. I
Anyways,
say I think I know who this Leon Dev
Oh
might
yeah.
be.
so
What happened to
and
the
and
kids you let free,
so,
Sam?
similarly, just like I don't want any guard to be infected, I don't want any overzealous guard to just kill him outright. I need to know why he's doing this, and I need skilled talent like yourself. They've holed up themselves in an abandoned butcher shop in Northgate, a place called All the World's Meat. All the World's Meat. I misspelled, but that's okay. All the World's Meat. And I need you there. Please, try to avoid killing any of the deserters, but if you must, they brought it upon themselves when they threw in their lot with Van Kasserkin. I'd prefer it if you could catch him alive and return him to me for interrogation, but if he makes that impossible, I'll accept his body as well. Finally, if you can find out why Leondev deserted, if there's more than just simple personal politics, I need to know immediately. Bring me him alive, and there's 250 gold for you.
I think I
Dead,
might have a
and
good
it's half
guess
that.
why.
Hmm.
But I
Yeah?
tell him I think I might have a good guess why. Hello?
So, 150 alive,
He's
125
in
dead.
Discord.
Okay?
That's just capturing?
And then, yes? Yes?
No, he's not.
What's going on?
You just said you were sharing your camera.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
now he's not.
So, anyways, he says, you see, I myself used to be an adventurer like yourself before I took an arrow
No.
to a body part. Um, but
Uh,
I understand that you adventurers and you lots need a place, to rest. So I offer my barracks as a resting place for you. You can sleep here in the night, and we will provide you with food and other services if you need it. Um, is there anything we can do for you before? We will treat you well, and we've treated other adventuring parties well before.
How long am I gonna get this strength negative?
Until you cure it. You're not cured yet.
Wait, what's Nick? What?
Do you
Here,
mention
Yousef.
anything, Etu?
What do I feel, brother?
You feel weak.
I mentioned how I've been feeling weaker after being. Was it from the thing or was it from a rat from the
No, it
spider?
was definitely from the sewage.
I somehow I mentioned how I've been feeling weak ever since the sewage cut me.
Oh, I see. We'll send you to the apothecary then, and they'll look into that. As for the rest of you,
Yeah, boy.
um,
Yeah, boy.
you are dismissed. And he gives you a piece of paper with the address of all the world's meet, and he hands it to you, and he's like, "Now, please, I have a city to save, a city to run." And he goes back to his paperwork, assuming you guys are gonna leave now.
We leave
Okay,
the
just skip my
barracks.
being healed. That
No, no. So you go to the apothecary. The man comes up. He's like, "Hello, how are
oh
you
no.
today? Oh, you're not looking too good, are you?" Like basically, imagine the guy from Frozen. He's like, "Ooh, big summer
I mean,
sale." You know that guy?
Olaf?
No, not Christoph. The guy that was at the shop. The kind of like weird Russian guy.
Oh yeah.
The very big guy. So you see him at the apothecary, and he starts, uh, healing you up. He will do a caster level check.
wait, how high level is this guy? Can you restore a tongue?
You are cured, but you're still feeling weak, so you're gonna take some time to
Oh, that's
recover.
a pretty low bonus. Never mind.
You're gonna take some time to recover, meaning every night you rest, you'll get back one strength damage.
Oh, that is so cute. Ugh.
Yeah, he doesn't heal the damage; he just cured the disease. To heal the damage, you need a higher level caster. Um.
I
Anyways,
thank him.
You
he
can
says,
ask him if he knows anyone. Sorry.
If you come back tomorrow, I might be. He says, if you come back tomorrow, I might be able to even make you feel a little stronger, pep you up a little bit. Oh, so he picks you up, and holds you on his shoulder, gives you like kisses you on the
Wait,
forehead. He's
what?
like, okay,
How
you can
big
go.
is this guy to pick me up?
Like he's tall. If you've ever seen the movie Frozen, he's tall. So he kisses you on the forehead. He's like, you can go now. Bye bye. See you again. Toodaloo. And you move on. So as you guys are exiting, I assume to go to all the world's meet, this
Wait,
guard
what
comes up.
meters?
This guard comes up to you, and before you, and as you guys head out, he's like, "Wait, you guys are forgetting something, aren't you?"
Hmm? We were taking. Wait, what happened?
Oh,
Who's that?
yeah, Crest didn't warn you. I tell you, he must have been so busy. We have another person that'll be joining you. He's right over here. He goes to the door, and he
Oh,
goes to open it up, and we'll end the session right there.
I knew it.
Oh, come on. It's Captain Malik, I know.
You know what? What if Ali can't come next session? Never mind. Never mind.
So
Yeah, he'd be like, yeah, never mind.
we'll end the
Just
session there,
Alright, good. I have to go pray now.
where you guys are heading to all the worlds meet. You're about to meet a new party member who's to join you, and yeah,
Does he still join us if he doesn't even come next campaign? I mean next
if he
session.
doesn't come next campaign, maybe something tragic happens to
I
him. We'll
mean
see.
next session.
We'll see. Maybe
Walks in
something
the door,
tragic happens.
trips and falls on his sword and dies.
So, any
Alright.
thoughts, guys? I have until 10 o'clock. So, if you have anything you want to discuss with me or anything you want to mention, like I like doing the feedback session to see what I can improve on.
I think we need to improve more than you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Inshallah, it comes. My suggestion is if you didn't take notes, maybe skim
I
through the video.
I took some notes.
Okay, maybe skim through the video, maybe some important things, and I can always be like,
Perfect.
"Hey, I never told you this," and I'd be like, "Yeah, in this video, yeah, I did tell you." Because a lot of things I give will are important. Like if I say anything, usually it's either could be a red herring, meaning to lead you astray, or it's because it is part of the story and it will develop much later, as well. Um,
Realize you're gonna
s-
make it hard for me to
Like
do
the
my
like the
things.
well,
okay, Yusuf says something and Khalid says something.
no, nothing that I said.